Okay. Hey, welcome. Another. I'm hearing an echo though. I don't know if that's you or me or what's
My
going
audio's
on.
off, so
Your audio's off. Okay. Hearing an echo. Anyway, why don't you go ahead and check sound, see if we got sound going out to the world, and
let me do a quick check.
let's. Yeah, we do have sound going out to the
Yep.
world. Okay. All right. So let's see. Maybe it's my speaker. How about now?
Much better.
Yeah?
Yep.
No more echo?
No
All
echo.
right. So, welcome. This is Dean Baker. Welcome to another edition of Modern Day Thrive, the show that answers the big question, life, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. It's not 42. It's something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Means happy doing what you do. Happy working, happy with what's the money that's in your bank account. Happy that, well, I don't know if that really exists, but it's about actually I don't know. It's finding your place in the world.
Yeah, being fruitful,
Work and fruitful and earning a living and providing for your family and doing all that stuff and
There's a lot of people that provide for their family that do not like what they're doing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
Yeah.
very unfortunate for them. Yes, Modern Day Thrive. I am your host, Dean Baker. Along with me, across from me, in the image right over
That way.
there is George Weber. And hey, George, how you doing today?
I am fabulous. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. I am. I don't know. Still battling the website demons.
Oh no.
Still battling the website demons. I managed to make a little bit of headroom today, and the next stage would be to I pulled all my pages down, so
Yeah.
my site is dark at the moment. Ask me if I care. I gave up caring a while ago. I'll get it up, and then I'm starting over again, and that page will be out there in the world if as opposed to what Google is doing to me.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not always the end of the world. I think fresh start could never hurt.
That's just
You're
it.
not starting from scratch. You're just
There's
kinda,
a website gets so. Well, think of your computer. Imagine if you never clear out any of your cache on your
Yeah.
computer, what happens?
gets really slow.
Well, websites tend to collect a lot of links, dead links, and apps. Oh, let's plug in an app on
Stuff you don't even-
WordPress,
you're not even aware
and then
of.
you look at it for about 10 seconds, and you kind of go
Yeah.
do something else, and you realize you left like an open door
Yeah.
into your website, in which case all of the those lovely people that like to just spam and collect data, and hackers, and they just love to kind of find a hole in any wall and break through.
You never found out, but we're assuming that you probably got hacked. I mean, that just doesn't make sense.
Never gave it enough thought.
Yeah.
It'd be like in the days when you used to build, you used to build my computers.
Yeah. It's been
and
years.
and once in a while, and back in the early days, sometimes you click on a spam, you
Yeah.
accidentally click a link, and all of a sudden your computer just goes upside down.
Yeah.
It goes into a temporary stall, and then I go, George, fix it. It's like, back up, just start backing up your computer, just back up everything, and then what do? What were the things we would do? We would F disk. F disk the computer.
F disk MBR.
That's the only guarantee that you're gonna because buying spamware and malware protection and all this protection, you're just basically adding malware to defeat malware.
I'm pretty sure that there's a team that writes it and a team that fixes it.
Yeah.
Just on the other side of the hall.
Yeah, the ones that write the spam, and then the ones that that help you remove it. Yeah, I'll just send you over to Joe in the other room there,
right.
and so I know I almost sound
Can't
like
prove that,
I
but I'm
almost
pretty
sound
sure
like
that-
those good old boys, thinking the government's out spying on me. Well, I really think
Somebody is.
the hackers are out there, and they're just trying to collect data and steal.
Yeah.
And every week we hear of a story of some people that were, caught hacking, or something got hacked, and even now they're
lot of them
saying
get away with it,
even
though.
now they're saying Russia is hacking us because
Sure.
we're sanctioning them. So now they're just going into over hyperdrive and saying, look, we're going to attack you, cyber attacking
I don't know
you.
that I don't
you know.
disbelieve that, but I think that's a lot of propaganda too. They want people to stay on guard, so they say that.
Yeah, okay.
Is it real? I mean,
I don't know. It's a story. It's out there. I didn't invent it.
I know.
Is
did
it?
it.
I'm not author. I'm not. I'm not going. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm not actually. I can't submit proof.
Yeah,
So all of a sudden, a picture of Putin didn't show up in my spam, my email, and saying, I have just locked your computer, and you have to give me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that's happening, but there is a measure of truth into everything everyone says.
Oh, sure.
A measure. It
Sure.
could be almost no truth, but
sure.
but there is some. Do they want to? Are they trying to?
I'm sure.
Why? He's.
I can't imagine we're not trying to do the same though.
Well.
I mean, seriously.
Now you're saying that our government employs our own hackers to get into the. No, I don't think that's happening.
Come on now.
No, that's not what we're here to promote.
No.
That's completely fake news. But it happens. So
Everything's possible.
So websites are a necessary evil for the most part. We found out just this week. We went to this event we went to yesterday.
Yes, it was yesterday.
Small Business
Expo.
Expo in Orlando. It was at the what was it? The Lowe's Resort
Correct,
at
yeah.
Universal
In
Studios. It was a pretty decent event. I actually have some video of the event that we can talk over, so I'm just going to play it.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the way.
Go for it.
Let's go ahead and. Okay, so Small Business Expo. This is where they did the keynote. The
In the
event,
beginning,
the event wasn't huge.
No, not by any means.
And considering we just came out of, we're still coming out of a pandemic, and these hotels have been empty for the last 2 years, or at
This
least
was the only thing we saw there.
we walked through a lot of empty
The pool was full.
meeting rooms. Yeah, the pool seemed to have a lot of people there, but I'm sure they weren't at capacity.
No problem.
And from what I'm hearing, their rates were not great.
Crazy.
No, not great. Meaning the rates to get a room
Oh,
at the
expensive.
hotels. Oh God, yeah.
Okay,
That's what I'm hearing. So we're just walking the trade show, and lots of businesses, lots of I don't know. lots of the dotted thing was kind of easy because what they did was based on the color of your sticker puts you in a certain type of business, you know. And of course, I managed to leave some cards kind of on the table. Um, yeah, you just get a you know, a certain color thing, you know, you put it on your shirt and they knew instantly what side of the business we're on. This is interesting. This is like speed dating, but speed networking. I've never heard of this, but clearly somebody kind of said, you know, let's make it look like speed dating.
So would they have a
and,
timer? It goes, okay, after 5 minutes,
I
you get
think
up and
it's
go
I
find
think
another
it's like a
seat.
minute. I think it's like a minute. Anyway,
wow.
that's out and yeah, it was kind of interesting and I'm just you know.
It was an all-day event.
Yeah.
They had broken stuff up quite a bit, so you know there was times where we weren't doing much. We were
Lots of marketing companies that wanted to know how they could sell you a marketing package.
Pretty much,
you
yeah.
know, SEO. We talked to one
Couple
company that
websites.
talked to two companies
Yeah.
that can help manage an SEO. I was like, well, you're talking to the wrong person right now because I am in the middle of a, and of course they wanted to talk about
Sure.
my problems with my website this past week, and of course they can fix me.
Of course.
Anywhere from
For X amount of dollars.
one end of the spectrum was about what 600 a month for the first year. They will build my
yes.
website, 5 pages. They will build, maintain, and SEO my website. Get me as close to page one as I can possibly get to.
Yeah, yeah.
For the first year at 600 a month, and the years after that, it's like $150 a month, something like that.
150 is not bad.
The-
600
and I
is
told them, it's like 150 is not bad, but you're talking about $7,000 to
Yeah.
build and execute a simple information site.
Yeah.
I'm not selling widgets and gadgets
yeah.
and I'm not selling product.
Yeah, you're not
I am
point of
selling,
sale,
it's a service site. I just, you know, so I'm looking at it going, you know, yeah, I like the 150 a month. There's no wiggle room in between, and of course there probably is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they came out with a one package to get started,
Yeah.
and that was, believe it or not, that was the cheap company. The
Oh,
other
it was?
company was like 2,000 a month.
Ouch.
Okay, he didn't really get too deep into it, and I just kind of stopped them there. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not spending $24,000 a year to get SEO.
No.
You know,
You wouldn't get the return on
and I don't
investment.
even think that it included building the site. You know,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, you know,
Yeah, you wouldn't get
wow,
a return
you
on
have
investment on
to, you
that.
have to be. You know,
Forever.
thing about it is, I think they're a company in Colombia,
Okay.
marketing company in Colombia, and they were, you know,
Oh,
the
this
way
one
he was
included
talking.
the TV site?
No, a different
Oh,
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
This is
totally
those are
different
the
one.
people we were talking to at the very end before we left.
Yeah,
You know,
the
right
one
around
had
the.
the GTC TV.
No,
right?
no, no,
Oh,
no,
different
no.
ones.
Those are the people in the room.
I remember.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
UCF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were- okay, yeah.
They had an intern from UCF. But yeah.
Yes, gotcha. Now
So
Now I'm with
so it was like the way he was talking to me was like, you know, we're just, you know, we're just reaching out and trying to offer really competitive. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, $2,000 a month is not competitive.
Oh, I didn't even hear prices from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
he was
yeah.
saying we were
He-
cheapest in the town.
No, he was not. And,
Oh, wow.
And they weren't even in. I believe he did hold an office in Florida, but I think the company is based in Colombia. So,
Okay, I did not realize that the company was
and
on
yeah, so I was like, no, you know, I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
Don't even, you know, if you're at that end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
maybe you're dealing more with big e-commerce sites and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Where yes, absolutely, you know.
somewhere. If they get the reach, they get the return.
Yeah, you gotta see a whole different animal thing. Now, granted, could I or anyone benefit from spending $2,000 a month? I'm guessing possible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guessing it's very possible. That means I'd have to get really busy.
Yeah, you're spending.
They'd
every
have to
ounce of
get me
energy.
so busy
Yeah.
to have that big nut to pay.
Yeah.
That I just don't
It's
see
almost
it,
like working
you
the
know.
first 3/4 of
But
your day
what
to
do you
pay taxes.
What do you do? You're competing with probably a million other companies that are
Yeah.
competing for the same SEO, for the same real estate.
So, yeah.
Page one,
Same
Google.
place, yeah.
You know, got your keywords.
And
Okay,
you only get 10 on there, so.
my keywords are film, video production, Orlando.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on in Orlando, and of course, you know, the first page on Google is all prepaid.
Yeah, they're all ads.
So if I'm going to spend $2,000 a month, I could probably spend a fraction of that with Google
And just
and
buy
get
an
page one.
Just
I can get page one, just
Yeah.
give the money to Google,
Yeah.
you know, and then, but what happens when you stop? Well, like anything,
goes
if I
away.
stop paying this guy $2,000 a month,
Yeah.
I'm sure the SEO would be good for about a month.
Yeah. Until
And
that-
then the algorithm
cycle.
change, and then they just kind of like, it
Yeah.
just lets it go. And I just don't, you know, hey, there are smart
where'd it
people
go?
out there, and, you know, I don't know. The real trick is not to have all your eggs in one basket. When I
Sure.
made my site go dark, it doesn't mean my business went dark. It just
Correct, yeah,
means
yeah.
one portion, one aspect of the business is not going to generate until I get my site
Correct,
up and start, you know, Google's happy with me again. It's just not, you know, it's not going to produce anything for me.
Sure.
Well, I'm looking at it like this, you know,
You probably still have like cached pages that people could run into.
Yeah,
So
well.
your phone number may pop up, but it's probably not page one. If it is, it was probably by accident.
yeah.
You know.
And you know, yeah. So that's it. So we're at this business. SEO was a, you know, marketing, and there's companies out there that absolutely want to help market and get you SEO and
For $1.
for yes. You know, everybody goes there selling something.
Yeah.
You know, was selling something.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
We even met people outside of the meeting rooms and all that stuff. Just bumped into other people like us,
Yeah.
and they were there to sell.
Sure.
We met a woman who worked for MetLife.
Yeah.
No, not
No,
MetLife.
New York.
New York Life.
New
Sorry.
York.
Ooh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, New York Life, and of course she's trying to build. Everyone's
Yeah.
trying to build something, you know, and of course, yeah.
building
Once
the
you start
contact
collecting, once you start handing out your contact info, oh my goodness, my phone's been texting and flipping emails, and everything's going to hit me, you know. Just
I
they've
registered
been-
a couple weeks
they've
ago.
been-
Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm further back, and maybe it'll catch up to me eventually.
I don't know, you know,
You know,
but
'cause
a
you
lot of
just
people.
registered, so
Yeah, but I don't know. So, interesting event. It was good to get out.
yeah, that
You
was
know.
really why I did it. I kind of wanted a day off, and I just wanted to see what was out there. You know, I was hoping to get some ideas.
Yeah,
I got a few.
yeah.
You know,
Well, almost the first booth we stopped at was like 3D printing, but they're a provider of large scale 3D printing.
yeah,
So you can go and say, I've designed this widget and I need 20,000 or
Yeah,
100,000
yeah.
pieces, and they have the, you know,
yeah.
strength
That was a
behind that.
design company. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was it was interesting because you know we've been talking about possibly designing some products.
Yep.
So I've been looking for a company like that, but I'm not at that point where I have anything to model it after.
Right.
So it gets really expensive if you start at that level.
Right.
So and you actually had a good idea. I need to look at probably maybe trying to do it in wood because I can mess up all kinds of wood all day long and it'd be cheap as heck.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep.
just to start over. It's like,
Yep.
okay, oh, nope.
It,
Good thing I don't have a
it
fire pit.
doesn't have to have that tensile strength that
No.
you're looking
Right now
for.
it does not.
It just has
Just
to.
concept.
It just has to work in concept, and then you figure out how you want to build it.
Yeah.
You know how you. And what the guy said today too was, you know, certain levels of 3D printing might not give you that strength that you need to
Yeah.
do the project you want to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, it makes sense.
Sure.
You know, that's an engineer looking at
Sure.
it going,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not going to be, plastic isn't strong enough.
Yeah.
ABS plastic is not going to be strong enough.
Well,
You know,
again, the
you gotta look
design
at
is
other
really
things.
concept. I don't need it for strength right now.
You know, so, you know, 3D printers are just one of the things that you can do. You can buy them cheap.
Yeah, they're not
Amazon, a
expensive. I don't
3D
think so.
printer. We're both looking at 3D printers as a thing. and they're cheap, a couple $100 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So the problem is what happens when it shows up at your door? You know, you get a box
500-page
like
manual.
IKEA. You ever buy furniture at
Yeah,
IKEA when
yeah.
it comes in a million pieces?
Yeah, it's like 3 or
Only
4
this
boxes.
is like a robot.
Yeah.
You're assembling a robot.
Yeah.
So you have to have some basic idea. So the guy we met today he's the guy who builds the robot.
Yeah.
So he said, go buy your robot from Amazon and I'll build it for
Bring it to
you.
me.
And he was really affordable.
was
And he
what,
was
$80
a
or
wealth. And he was looking because here's what happens. He doesn't sell the robots. He sells all the supplies
Yeah.
and he fixes them when
Yeah.
things go wrong.
Which is a good place to be in.
Which is great,
Yeah.
Just in the 15 minutes we were at his place, what, 3-4 customers came in
Yeah,
picking up.
picking up.
One guy walked out with 3
Yep.
3D printers. While just in the 10 minutes, 15 minutes we were there, somebody was in there grabbing,
And they could be literally making something with it, and it could be part of their stream of income.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So, but it's cheap enough. It's like, it's like, I don't want to get into printing photography, but it's good to it's affordable to have a decent regular printer that can print
Yeah,
photos.
Yeah, well, we actually be
And if
pretty
I want
cool.
really good stuff, I'll send it out and get nice stuff done.
Well,
but
what would be cool is just as a business concept idea is to take a photograph of somebody and to be able to convert it to something you could print out on it and have it as a piece of art or a
oh,
piece
you mean
of,
3D print it
yeah, or a piece of
from a photo?
Yeah, or
I don't know about that, but
I mean, I'm sure it's doable, but it would be interesting. I just think it would be something to be kind
it
of
has to detect points of depth.
yeah.
And a photo is one
Yeah, but you gotta
point
be able to
of
import
depth.
into these 3D programs. So
I
there's gotta be a
know,
way
yeah,
to do it, but
yeah.
just as an idea, it may not be the best idea, but it's just something to think about.
A lot of things, a lot of things as a small business.
Make trinkets,
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I've seen on Amazon. I'm looking at some products, things I want to get, and I get on Amazon. It's like, oh, somebody made a bunch of 3D printed parts that I can buy cheap,
Yeah, yeah.
as opposed to trying to figure out how to design it and
Yeah.
make it myself. I could
Yeah.
make it, and even they've got it so cheap, I could probably, I couldn't make it myself.
Cheap enough.
Cheap enough,
Yeah. Yeah.
because buying the plastic, you still have to buy the
'Cause
plastic.
you gotta buy a whole spindle.
You gotta buy a whole spindle, and
But I don't think they're
and
that expensive if I remember correctly, and they do last a bit. It just depends.
yeah. So
I don't know how deep.
I don't know. I just as a business, 3D printing. I think it's a good support business. Which, like I was saying, I'll print photos on a normal printer, inkjet printer.
Sure.
I'll print photos, but I'm not gonna display them on my wall.
Yeah.
If I want nice photo, I might use them for whatever, but I'm not going to. They're not end result photos.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff that I need to do for whatever I need to do it for. But so it's good to have a printer. A 3D printer might be the next culmination. So if I want to design a little piece for my camera, as opposed to
Sure.
scouring the world of internet and Amazon trying to find something someone already else did.
Yeah, yeah.
Do I want to get into the business of selling products? Yeah,
I think that's a little bit more
not
work.
sure,
Yeah, it could be
design something maybe, but then if you're going to do anything with it, you got to patent it.
Yeah.
And patenting ain't cheap.
No.
And it's a problem. And by the time you get something done, someone might have already made one,
Yeah.
designed one, so you're infringing on just out of the, you could be infringing on somebody else's patent. So
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people that have designed their own products and stuff like that, and got patents, and we won't even talk about the guy from last year. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, so that's been our that was our day yesterday. Meeting a bunch of people. It was fun.
It was.
Meet a bunch of people, have some lunch.
Actually, the conversations were probably
The only thing we had to pay
good
for
portion.
was lunch.
Chicken sandwich.
The only thing we had to pay for was lunch. It was free to get in, and yeah, you can take that off.
Some was on
It was free to get in, and yeah, it was good getting out.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe this year I want to do more of those.
What?
I want to find some more events that are going on, and I want to,
Yeah.
because a lot of those events are free.
Yep.
You know, once you get there, they try to upsell you into the VIP packages.
Right.
You know, and I didn't really see anything at this one. The only thing the VIP is let you walk up to the bar.
Yeah.
And you know, I just didn't at this point.
Yeah.
Until I kind of saw what it was about.
One thing I didn't like about that, the end of the event, they had they had like a happy hour
hour,
afterwards,
yeah.
you
Wasn't
know,
so
where you
happy.
could meet and greet and all
Yeah.
that, and it was loud,
Yeah.
it was dark, and it
was a
felt
mixer.
like a nightclub,
Yeah.
and you know what, you keep it a little more subtle, you know.
Yeah.
They got some food there, they had some drinks, they had some whatever,
Promote
but
talking.
why wouldn't you want to
Yeah.
promote more talking?
Sure.
You know,
People
because
talk about the event.
it's the last hurrah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, do you really need to throw a disco?
Yeah.
You know,
that's pretty much what it was.
It felt like a disco.
It was
I'm
a
like,
dark
I walk
room
in,
with a
I'm
DJ.
going, I can't even hear myself
Yeah.
think. So no, I'm sorry. That's you know. Means the people that knew each other go in, had a drink, and that was that.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, but great, good event, and we'll look for more of those down the road.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this new project, Novatech.
Yes.
So
Um,
tell us
so
where you're at with it. And
well,
what's going on.
so far it's been pretty lucrative. There's only been one week out of this month. I'll say down, but it wasn't actually in the negative.
No.
You know, they try to strive for 3% minimum. It's not guaranteed, but 3% is what the striving number seems to be.
And that's
Weekly.
Weekly.
That is
3%
weekly,
a
yeah.
week.
It's 3% a week.
Compounding weekly.
So I have just south of 1900 in there. So it's like 1870 or 1890, I think, something in that range. And I have about 100 more about to go in soon. I didn't add any this week because I was curious. Last week, my commission was $55. And, you know, that was a 1 week commission. I think total I'm at like for like a month and a week, or maybe 2 weeks.
What
I'm at like
website is
192. It is Novatech. I actually have
it? Is it US and
It's Novatech Ltd.
Novatech Ltd.
Yeah.
Forex and crypto trading platform.
That is it. And so the gist of the account I am utilizing is called a PAM account. And the PAM account basically is it's just I'm investing money, allowing them to trade for a percentage of profits, assuming they're available.
Okay.
You know, so, and company's been in business for a couple of years, and you know, am I at the point where I want to put $100,000 in there? I don't know. I'm gonna kind of probably get to the $4,000 range,
Right.
which, based on a 3% return weekly, would bring me in about $500 a month, which is not a bad return.
Say that last part again. How much?
So if I have around 4,000 in there,
Yep.
at a 3% return for a month is around $500.
3% return weekly.
Well, it's a
After a
3%
month.
weekly, but after a month, it's about a $500 return. Yeah,
So
I'd have to try to calculate what the weekly is, and again, it just depends.
five,
I do a
five.
flat 3% as my calculation,
Yeah.
as a conservative number.
Right.
Generally, it's 3.3, 3.4. Sometimes it could be 4.
Nice.
We did have one in the first month, in testing the solution out. I only put like 140 in.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I put 148 on Thursday, and they pay every Friday. I got a payment on Friday.
Right.
It was like $1.40, so it wasn't really anything. In the following week, it was only $4. I hadn't made any changes.
Trade with ultra low commissions.
So they do have a trading platform. If you're into trading,
Yeah.
they do have an FX trading platform.
So meaning they take a ultra low commission.
Yeah. You put
off
money
the-
in, and
yeah.
you can actually trade. You know.
And PIP spreads, or sign up for a fully automated PAM account. I don't
The
know.
PAM account is what I'm in.
You're in the PAM
The
account.
fully automated PAM account basically means I put money in. I have a trading account that
Yep.
says I have $1,890 in there.
Mm-hmm.
So for an entire week, they trade with that money,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're able to sustain whatever the percentage is, let's say it's 3.4%,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get a 3.4% return in my bonus account, which I can decide what to do with.
Now, they are publicly traded?
I don't know if I would consider. I mean, it is a hedge fund, so
Yes.
and they're certified as a hedge fund.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have the hedge fund status and all the regulations you have to get with that to become a hedge fund.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I'm seeing is they do it responsibly. They're
So when
not they're not into risky business. They're into profit because
Right.
the more money that's put into the platform, the more money everybody makes. The
Right.
company and the people that are doing that. So once I get to that point, I'll probably start pulling out some money.
So basically, you're buying
I'm
into
lending, I guess.
you're lending into a trading
A trading platform, yeah.
company actually.
Yes,
It'd
they
have
are.
to be
They
a
are trading.
company.
Yes, they are the traders.
What is this on the top? Is it geoweb.novatechfx.com?
That's my site.
Oh, that comes
Yeah.
through to your site. All right.
Yeah.
So this is your.
So
Oh.
there is a commission base. If
Right.
if I actually turned let's say I turned you into the program,
Right.
and you decide that you want to invest in the company, there are commissions that come my way. It doesn't come out of you directly; it comes out of the program.
Right.
But yeah, so and that does build substantial for you over time.
I'm gonna share that link in.
Sure.
Boom. Geo. So if you go there, set up an account, use that link, set up. Yes, it does give George some commissions, but it doesn't hurt you in any way.
No.
And
Yeah, and that makes me kind of the mentor for the people that come in. They come to me and ask questions. I get answers for them.
right.
And I don't have a problem doing that.
Right.
From what I see, this really could be a game-changing platform for me.
The way it looks, I mean, based on your, couple thousand in, you could double your money in probably 3 to 6 months.
About 6 months. Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, about 6 months.
And
I mean, it could do better if they happen to hit a couple
So-
4% months.
and they're
or weeks. Sorry.
and you met a lot of or talked to a lot of people that easily pull money out just like they're putting money in. So why wouldn't somebody take pick a risk,
Pick a
1,000,
risk. Yeah, pick your risk
whatever,
number. Correct.
pick a risk, at least $500 would be the minimal risk because there
Correct.
is some
If there's a $25 fee.
there's a monthly fee that is coming out of your
Correct.
balance every
Correct.
month.
Correct.
So
if you're much less than that, you would see
you wouldn't really
your
be
number would go down a little.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You want it to go up.
Yeah.
So.
So like at least a 500, maybe as much as a couple thousand, and then let it sit for 6 months.
Sure.
And then if you see your money double, you pull that money back and
Yeah.
take your money back and leave whatever the profit
House
is on
money.
the table. Now you're playing with the house's money.
Sure.
And that to me sounds pretty.
Sure.
So
It
you're
reduces your
basically
risk to zero.
your risk is 6 months.
Yeah.
Your risk is 6 months based on what we're thinking here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're already seeing, returns. And
I'm
you
at
haven't been in for a
109
full month.
100, well, it's a month and maybe 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
But remember, the first
But
two
you weren't in
payments-
at the full
No,
boat.
the
You were
first
in,
2 months,
Yeah.
or first 2 payments were only based on $140 in.
Yeah.
So they were negligent. That's why I'm looking at this month.
Yeah.
I'll track numbers better
Right.
to say that here's the second month returns. I can use that as a full month of at least having a strong number in there.
Well,
Because $140, I don't care where you are. $140 doesn't give you a return of next to nothing anyway.
Forex crypto. Has anyone ever, have you Googled this Forex and crypto trading platform?
Well, they use MT5, which is a very big platform just in general for Forex.
I know, but usually, when you pick something on somebody's site,
I haven't
and
done
you
it- I haven't done it
Google
on
them,
that because this is the public side.
right?
This is the side that allows me to be a trader if I choose to do that.
Is this updating? Am I on Google now? All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Now
what was
the
it?
reason
Forex, Forex, and crypto trading platform. I'm just kind of curious, what comes up. iTrustCapital.com, no setup costs, blah, blah, blah. IG Forex trading.
The problem with these sites is you really need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm choosing
Forex.com.
Yeah, Forex is a...
No, I'm just kind of, best crypto exchanges. If I saw in the first page, if I saw hoax or issues, then I'd go,
Yeah.
and I've done that. When I meet somebody, I might go, well, let's just check out their, someone's trying to sell me some business and I don't know them, and why not start
that's why
here?
you have to be careful, because a lot of times the people that are claiming that a particular site is spam, they want you to click on their link.
Right.
To take you somewhere.
And of course, these are all ads.
Yeah.
The whole page one is ads. So you get past the ads, which who knows? We may never get past the ads.
There's a ton of.
And of course, 5 best crypto exchange. I mean, there's so much of that out there. It's crypto and forex plus 500, blah blah blah. But at least I'm not seeing like scam.
Yeah.
Now
there are scam sites out there that definitely.
No doubt, but I'm not, doing a search, and it's almost a scratch and sniff test. You just kind of have to do this just to go, ooh, wait, scam. I actually, spoke to somebody over the phone that reached out to me about doing something for my business. And man, he sold a good game. It was like boom, 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 boom. And he's like, before I know it, we're on the phone, and my inbox had his quote. It's like, oh, all you have to do is, and at the very end of it, it was like, all you have to do is give me $5,000 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, ruh-roh, raggy. I was like, wait a minute.
My friend.
And as soon as, he got to that point, and here's a guy who's saying, I'm going to do something that's going to put money in your bank. It's going to rain money. It's going to, it's going to rain, and you're going to have a blast, and you're going to make money. All you got to do is give me $5,000. And I go, wait a minute. Google, type his name in, hit search. The first 3 things were lawsuit and scam.
Oh, that's not real. That's not me.
The first 3 things were lawsuit, and I couldn't even find him.
Oh, really?
It was just his name related to lawsuit and scam.
Well, that's even worse.
And I couldn't even find any part when I searched for his business.
So he wasn't even dealing with the site.
His office was inside another business, like in the back of a laundromat or something like. I mean, it was just. He was
just
invisible.
Trying to sell that word of mouth.
He was, I gotta tell you, he was such a good salesman.
Yeah.
And funny thing is 6 months later, one of the guys on our show went through the same thing, and he reached out and said, Dane, I got our film finance. We've got this guy who's going to do product placement, and I go, yeah, what's his name? This, and he goes, yeah, and I go, what's his company name? This, he goes, yeah. Tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and Google just that, and see what pops up. He did. It's like, oh my God.
Never mind.
I came close to giving him $5,000, and I'm like, I'm glad I could help.
It's easy to get into that euphoria because
But
because you get that adrenaline going and thinking, man, we can get this going quick.
This is the stupid easy scratch and sniff test.
Yeah.
If find out as much information, find names, find addresses, you can do an address search on Google, and you can actually look at his business. Is it his business, or is it a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah. Is it?
Is it a whatever? So you have to do all this stuff. You have to kind of go through it and go, you just can't take it for granted, because people are out there trying to distance you.
Hard to look
They're
good.
trying to distance you from your wallet.
Yeah. At any means.
Yeah, and I talk about this every week.
Sure.
I talked about it last week and this week. So, but yeah, so far, I mean, right off the bat, Novatech. or I could have actually done Novatech FX and Nova.
I had some people
FX.
recently on the Facebook forum that were on that were, trying to claim that, that Novatech was a scam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's
So-
and the people are so can you show me one person?
Read customer reviews of Novatech's Trustpilot. Okay, but
It's usually a good site to go.
is it really?
It's usually a good site to
Yeah.
see.
So forex trading, $100K demo. So again, they're passing my initial scratch and sniff. The easiest thing I could possibly do is this.
Yeah.
The other thing is you find out where scam watch, Novatech Limited, Novatech is a scam. Do not blah blah blah.
So you know what some of those are, because I clicked on some of those. I don't know if
Competitors?
that particular one. No, it was actually someone that they put that headline in there.
Yeah.
They really want you to read it. It's actually probably someone that's part of Novatech. They want you to sign up under them,
Really?
but they put that in there so that you click on it,
Yeah.
because you want to find the bad.
You get the click throughs. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then you go to the actual, video you're watching, and they're actually promoting the product. They're not really. They're not. They're debunking it at the same time.
Well,
it's like any product. How long does any product live? Just like
Okay.
they were talking about that one thing. I think you weren't in that one. They were talking about the life cycle, and they were showing the bell curve. There's a bell curve for every product and every company.
right.
God, they were talking about a company that recently went under. They started back in the 1400s. Yeah, it was. I forget what it was called.
I
forget what it was called. What the name? It was actually it had something to do with religion. Something to do with
good.
So, but it was interesting because it was the one that you didn't come in yesterday from the show. They were talking about selling a business, and they were kind of talking about, and it was all generic terms, but it was it was kind of interesting.
You were talking about looking at possible franchises.
I'm still gonna do that.
I've just never I mean some are instant add water, make money.
Sure.
Sure.
Add
water, do a lot of work. Because you are now the operating manager of that business until you can distance pay someone else a lot of money to do it for you and then your goal is to the only people that do really well at that I've known, the only people that do really well don't buy one franchise, they buy 5 or 10.
Yeah.
That's how they buy.
You buy an area.
They buy lots of franchises and then they have managers run each an individual one, and you just sit back collecting checks. I don't think I'd have that kind of, because you got to really, if you're going to hit the ground, you got to go in and you got to do all the work yourself.
Yeah.
Until you can
step
away
ropes.
from it.
Yeah.
Because you have to be willing to step back in if something goes wrong.
Someone decides to call out sick forever.
Yeah. Your manager quits, and then boom, you're the manager. You're the on-site manager again. And
I still go back to the mobile detail thing. I have someone that's kind of passionate about that, and they're working for somebody else.
Yeah.
What if you can provide them the other side of the coin, and they can be part owner in it, and want to do that.
Here's the only thing that really does. There's this used car dealership, just down the street that I've been to a few times. When I was looking for a car, I went there once, and I didn't buy from them, but every car on their lot looked showroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a Honda.
Yeah.
But then you look at it, and they pop the hood, and of course, on the edge of the lot, they've got a little tent, and they got this kid back there that puts of course, they're getting cars from the auction.
Sure.
And they got this kid back there that does the detail work. And, cars at the auction they don't look new.
No, not from an auction.
They don't look new. They're dirty, grimy, grungy. They're covered in, whatever.
Yeah. As is.
But this kid, and they've held on to him for quite some time. He makes these cars look new, and I can tell you, every time I've been to this site, this dealership, I walked in and said, you know, if that guy ever wants, you know, to, can I bring my car over there to have him detail it? Because he was absolutely fabulous. So you say, you know, a detail business. It's really your your detail person has to be an artist.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to know.
Details.
They have to make a grimy, grungy 100,000-mile car
Yeah.
look new
Yeah.
right off the and it's possible,
Sure.
but it's a lot of work.
Right amount of elbow grease.
Yeah, you know. But what's the difference between making a car look, you know, this car's got 180,000 miles on it and it looks brand new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well to me that would say, well, the person took extremely good care of it.
Yeah.
Not so much the case.
They did the right thing, but
Not so much the case.
Yeah.
So you go, well, now I know why they're asking twice the money that the book value is.
yeah.
Because it looks so new, and you don't think that, you know, it was just some guy that really knows how to detail a car
Yeah.
or truck or whatever.
Sure.
So, you know, the detail business, it's a small business, and it's really, you got to have a genius
Yeah.
detail tech that's going to do it. You don't want to just say, I'm going to do that. It is
I don't want to do it. I'm just
well,
want
right, right, but you know, once that kid figures out, you know, he's worth more than you're paying him,
Yeah.
you know, then it's like, you know, it's like having a restaurant, a fine dining 5-star restaurant, and having to hire the chef.
Yeah. No, but
And
I'm
that
thinking
chef
of it,
has to
let's
be
say-
good. He has to be brilliant, and you just can't. He's
Well, let's say I had a 5-year to 10-year timeline
yeah,
to buy the business,
yeah.
for him to take it over and him to buy me out.
Oh well, yeah,
That's what I'm looking at.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
that's
selling the business, but he doesn't have the money to get started.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm just looking at something like that.
Well, the kid, you know, before you got there, the kid at the 3D printing place, that's kind of what he did.
yeah.
He's a brilliant tech. He knows how to put those 3D printers together, but the owner didn't even have a service part of the business.
Oh,
So that's how he got in.
nice.
He basically said, I know how to do this. I've been doing this for years.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was good at it. So the owner, who was just selling,
Yeah.
you know, selling supplies,
Added up a whole
didn't
nother service.
all of a
level.
sudden opened up a service part of the industry.
yeah.
So service is, you know, you can make a lot of money, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, so but you have to have somebody that you can trust that'll
Yeah.
stick around, and you have to treat them right.
Yeah.
And much like a chef at a restaurant, you
Sure.
know, if that chef is bringing in the people, and he's making your menu dance, then you have to treat him
Yeah,
well.
better make sure he knows
you
it.
know. But you know, there's a lot of other things you have to do. People, you know, you got to have the business to treat them well as well. So,
Sure.
so when you say, you know, I know because I came close years ago to getting one of those, you know, mobile detailing things. Wouldn't be that hard. You don't need a franchise. You don't need anything other than you need to look at the guy's car.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you drive? Show me what you drive. And if it's just ratted out, you know, old is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does it look?
Yeah. Yeah,
If
takes care of his stuff.
if it looks as bad,
Yeah.
then he's not very good at detailing cars.
Put it this way, it's always on his Christmas. He's always gets car stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need a small trailer, a tank of water,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
big tank,
a
yeah.
pressure washer, and
Buffers.
well, I mean that's all the hand tools and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that you just need to know what you're doing.
Sure.
And but the basics, the hard stuff, which isn't hard at all. You can get a water tank at Northern Tool
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
sure,
few
sure.
$100s. You get a decent pressure washer for that, and
Sure.
and it's all running off gasoline and a trailer, and you could be 2,000 into two to
Having
three
enough,
grand of all the tools you need.
Yeah.
but still, a really good guy could do it with a roll of paper towels and I mean, it's really the talent is in
Yeah.
the person, not so much the gear.
Sure.
Can't do that with a coffee shop. If my kid would say,
Yeah.
you got to have a $20,000 cappuccino machine. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Something I'm not. I enjoy the coffee. I don't need to know how it's made.
Yeah, right.
But
So
but
it's
it's all in the. I'm like, really, because the right beans and grinds and do a pour over. I know someone who does pour over coffee. He doesn't spend any money other than buying beans,
Really?
and then he just pours. It's a pour over. It's a funnel
Yeah.
with a filter,
Uh-huh.
coffee beans, pours hot water over it. That's it.
Wow.
That's his coffee shop.
Wow.
I'm like, that's not
basic.
that's as basic as it gets, and that's where those
Appreciate
coffee
like-
elite players. Oh, who's liking us? I'm curious. Oh, Phil Bird. Hey, Phil, nice to have you out there. We need to talk. You need to call me, buddy. You need to call me. I need to know what's going on with you, because Phil Bird has his own talk show called Radio Rejects. I hope that's still going off, and you should post a link here too. So the coffee business, that's there's one direction going, but somebody who can make really good coffee basically just pours hot water through grinds.
That's crazy.
That's it. That's it. And then the rest of it's like, well, yeah, but I like cappuccino. Okay, well then you need
Yeah.
a frother, and
You need a little bit more there,
you
yeah.
need a whole thing. You need this, steam engine train thing happening to make your cappuccinos. And
I mean, a lot of people do like just basic coffee.
yeah, but
You know.
But that's what that's part of it, what it is. And if you were listening right now, which I know he ain't, he'd be all up in my face. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop talking about that. But I know a little bit about a few things. So, but yeah.
I'm not a coffee connoisseur,
Mobile
but a lot of people
detailing.
are.
Yeah, it's just. It's so, the
labor
kid
time.
he's got to be awesome. He's got to, and that could be a great business for one person to do,
Sure.
and all he's got to do is just parade his car around.
Yeah,
He's got
and once you
to
start
have
getting
any
client
car
base-
he's got to make it look really sharp, and people are going to go that, and then just word of mouth it,
shine like that?
You could do all that with here's where Instagram and Facebook and all that you just kind of it would be easy to market mobile detailing,
Sure.
because all you got to do is have your
Shiny
ride. You need to have your ride looking sharp, and then you need to really show people, and then when you need to do another one, pick a friend and say, I'm going to detail your car, but we're going to make a video out of it, and we're going to do all that stuff. What you looking at?
I don't know. I just got a weird pop-up, but
Oh, okay. So, mobile data, it's all about the looks. It's eye candy. It's eye porn.
Yeah. Oh,
It's,
yeah.
you put stuff on Instagram, on TikTok, you do all that stuff before you know it. Everybody wants you to detail their car. This kid that I met at the dealership, man, I would want him to detail my car because he is brilliant.
Yeah.
And so that's all. That's what I got
And
there.
how to make the doll shine.
So Novatech, they took a couple of little black marks on the searches, but for the most part, it's not like I'm not seeing pages and pages of scam alerts and stuff like that. And I'm not clicking through. So if I click through, you start looking at and go,
Because I was doing that as well. I was on YouTube, and I
Yeah.
was like, all right, this one's saying I lost a bunch of money. So I check it out, and it's not the case. It's, they
Okay.
just want you to find all the bad stuff.
right.
But really are putting you into another
They just
presentation.
want to put a link up there that
just
you
want your
can.
talking
They
time.
they want your attention.
Yeah.
So it's an attention getter. I've seen lots of websites where they start out with saying something horrible
Yeah.
and go, not so much.
No, they just want you to click
Yeah.
on the link because that
Yeah.
makes you go.
How many times have you
I wanna
clicked on it? 5, 20 celebrities that did this.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, well, I already knew all that stuff,
Yeah.
but but you had a picture of somebody you didn't expect, and they weren't even involved.
Yeah.
It's like, I posted a video one time years ago. It was a golf video, and I posted it. Played golf like Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
and it took off. It hit
Oh,
a
yeah?
lot of hits, and just because that's how I posted it.
Everyone's like, "Where's Tiger?"
Tiger had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I didn't publish anything other than just the play golf like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, which is
There
was no promise of
Yeah.
Tiger.
So, but yeah, it was like one of those things where it got a lot of hits for a while, and probably still, who knows if it's still out there.
And the title is what's meant to do. It's
Yeah.
meant to grab you and bring you in.
Meant to grab you and bring you in. So,
And it's
clearly,
not always what the content's about either.
yes, absolutely. So,
So
so you're going to keep us updated on Novatech.
I will. Like I say, I'm
and,
about 100. Like I say, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's payday, technically.
Right.
I'm at about 193 of profit in so far.
Right.
No negatives at this point.
Right.
That I have to add. So far I'm liking it.
Right.
I mean, I just like running the calculator just to see. I always like to look 6 to 10 months out.
Yeah.
Just because it's an easy number to visualize.
All right.
And the 6
I'm
to 10 month
impressed
numbers are
from
looking pretty good.
Just a month in, I'm
Yeah.
impressed by the results, and even if it doesn't, sometimes you just have to kind of pick your. I can risk some money for 6 months.
That's where I'm at.
Just so I can kind of pull it back and still leave it in. It is going to Vegas. Let's win big. Take my initial money out, put it back in my pocket, and say I'm just going to play with the house's money and see where it goes.
Now I can roll some dice.
Yeah, have a little fun with somebody else's money. But technically, once it's your money, it's your money. So now you're risking.
Yeah.
So
True.
you're just going to constantly risk whatever you're leaving on the table.
Correct. Yeah.
So
in the technical term, correct.
we know about
goes
that.
away, it goes away.
With especially in the crypto world right now.
Oh yeah.
And we do know about that, and that's actually I think that's gonna cap off our show here.
Sure. Why not?
It
was starting to kind of go up today. Last I looked, the market in general kind of.
Here we go. I already preloaded it here.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to pull up while you're doing that. Let me pull
Prices. I'm very displeased with crypto this month. Of course, a lot of that. I think a lot of that has to do with the world economy is looking at their focus. Their attention is on Russia right now and what they're doing, and so most of that's just gonna That's just going to happen.
Forge Doge just doesn't want to move.
Bitcoin dropped a little bit again, didn't it?
Yeah,
It went up a little, went down a little more.
Yeah.
Ethereum's still kind of low. Everything's Cardano 84. It went up a little bit, but that's not where it normally does.
That's a 1 week on Bitcoin. It's still got an upward trajectory. So
Yeah.
even though it's down from where we want it to be, it's still not a bad place to be. It's not like tanked.
Right. Shiba Inu's looking like they're kind of in the toilet.
I'm not even going to look at that for a couple years.
I shouldn't. I can't help myself. Shiba, I want Shiba. Much like I want Algorand to do very well. But Algorand, I'm sure I have to get over to page 2 or page 3. I got to look. There's a lot of coins on Coinbase. Okay. So I'm guessing I'm going to be somewhere under $1.74. Not fun. That's not where it should have been.
Not only that, they
should have been double that.
Algorithm for interest.
Yeah, that's the other reason why I'm looking at this. So Algorand now is paying. They were paying initially when I first started. They were paying 5%.
Yeah.
Then within a few months, they started to pay 4%, and now they're down to what?
I didn't even look at it. I just know it was down really low.
Yeah.
I don't have any Algorand right now. I got rid of mine a while back.
Yeah, they're not showing it on their open, but it's more like 2%. So they gutted it.
I thought it was less than that,
Is
actually.
it less than
I
that?
think it's less than 1%.
So that's it. As soon as I can see a change in Algran,
Yeah.
I'm bailing on them, and that's I just what is it? Just like they tease you, get you in. We're paying 5%. Oh, hey, we're paying 4%. Oh, hey, we're not gonna pay you.
I think a lot of the ones that start really high
Yeah,
end up that way because they're looking at trying to sustain for a long period of time,
and they can't.
and they can't.
They can't.
For many odd reasons that it would happen. This one was something to do with governance. I don't know what the
So this is Algran in a month. Not good.
yeah, it's kind of
This is Algran in a year, which peaked, what is that, November? And then it's been on a downhill run ever since. Now, granted, everybody's been doing it.
Yes.
So, following even, with Bitcoin and all that, everyone's doing it. So,
Sure.
Algorand they're not blazing a trail. So,
nope. It's just one of many others. But I would imagine whenever a
Market
bull
is
session kicks in again,
yeah,
they'll all follow suit.
right.
And it'll happen. It'll happen.
Right. So,
I still think
Bitcoin in a year, but see, look at Bitcoin in a year. I mean, it's been on a downward spike. Of course, it spiked at 69,000 and change, and then it's been on a downward spike. So, you could look at any part. I mean, in a month, it's been up and down, but that's after it's been bottomed out in the mid high 30s.
Yeah, I think it hit down to 35. It may even got down to 32. I don't
34 back just in February,
Yeah.
and then it looks like 30 back in August, July.
Mm-hmm.
So it hit 30 back in July. A lot of people not happy about that.
Well, actually, a lot of people were happy because they bought into it at 30.
Well, yeah, but the ones who bought
someone with money.
bought at 40, 50, and at those numbers they were not happy. But yeah, I mean, until there's some sort of settlement, reconciliation, some world kind of breath everyone's going to take, and maybe Russia's wakes up and decides to not
play nice,
do whatever. I don't know, but until there seems to be some stability, I think everything's going to. Our gas prices are crazy because we
actually haven't gone up crazy since the last spike. I was still 409 when I was there. I mean, that's
it's 430 now. It's 420, 430. What'd you
409?
You got at 409?
Yeah, I think it was 409 at that gas station on the way over here to hit
No
on.
kidding.
Yeah, it was 409. No, I don't. I buy regular. I don't buy.
No, I know.
Yeah, it was 409.
All right.
So
Well, that's actually a drop then, because 3 days ago, I paid 430.
Ooh, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
409. I'd like to see it back in the
was,
threes, but
I didn't even watch it.
409. Yeah, I'll have to go fill up, and hopefully they've, whatever,
stabilize a little.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But yeah, if Russia's controlling all that oil, they're going to use that against everyone, throwing embargoes at them, and
they say we're not buying it from them anymore, but we're going to buy it from somebody.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah. If it's off the market, then
they can
it's
produce it here. They just can't deliver it effectively, is what I'm hearing.
Right.
So, if that changes, then that will help a lot.
Well,
so we'll see.
So crypto's been in the toilet, at least, But hey, it's a great time to buy. Everything's down.
Sure.
I just
buy what you believe.
I'm
in,
not
right?
going to recommend Algorand because they keep dropping the interest. So
Sure.
maybe my thing is to jump into Novatech and see,
Give that a try.
See how that plays out.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's.
I mean, even if you put a decent amount in there in the beginning, you could, even after the first month, start taking some out.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
I'm waiting a little bit because I want to build it up to a certain number, but and at that point I will start taking out regularly.
So Talent, he was in last week.
Yeah, you jump in again.
Yeah, he gave us a like. Thanks, Talent.
Appreciate it.
appreciate you showing up. Need to kind of throw some chats at us so we can kind of keep the ball rolling here. We don't have to stop at 8, but
We
it's
don't.
8:05. We're, if you're not gonna like chime in, we're just gonna talk until we're sick of looking at each other. And but yeah, we had some fun talking last week. You
Then
guys
we're going to
gotta
talk about food.
you
That's
guys
what we
gotta
always do.
chime in. Yeah, is that what it is? Last week it was pizza. No, that was the
was the show,
conversation
yeah.
we had earlier yesterday was pizza.
It's amazing what pizza can open up.
Yeah. So
Everyone knows you're a good person.
all right. So I think that's it for the. We
I
know what
think
we're
so.
gonna do. We're gonna bring back some more stuff next week and
Yeah.
have a little fun. So
Have a little fun.
yeah, I got nothing else. So
I think we're good.
We're good. Have a good night, everybody.
Appreciate everyone. Have a
Take
good
care.
night.
Bye.